Well, hey everybody, I hope you are doing well today, and I am thinking about you and praying for you in this time of great uncertainty and just really an unprecedented moment in modern history. I don't need to tell you all about it, you're going through it too, but just know I'm praying for you and want to do anything I can to help this time go better for you. Today, I want to give you a couple of updates on some amazing things that are going on for our church, just to tell you about some upcoming things as well. The first of which is I am so pleased to share with you that Park Ridge Presbyterian has received the Payroll Protection Program loan from the CARES Act. We were in the second round of recipients, and so we have received 2 months of funding for our payroll and other related expenses and 2 months of funding for our utilities. And so this, of course, is a great thing for us to get at this time, and it allows us to do some amazing things that I'm excited to tell you about in just a minute. I want to give a shout out to the trustees for their great work on this, as well as the session for their support of this. So, of course, with the payroll protection funding being in place, we are able to sustain our payroll for the next 2 months. And also, we are able to bring some staff back into full capacity. So for May and June, we are going to have our staff working at full pay and at full hours. And so we're excited about that. Specifically, that means that Renee Ramsey is going to operate at her 27 and a half hours a week. Laura Nelson will be full-time still, like we have been. We're able to bring Christopher, our custodian, back for May and June. He's excited about that. Bert and Linda are going to be back to their full 20 hours a week. And Amanda and I will continue to work full-time as well. So we're really, really excited about this opportunity for our ministry and how May and June will shape up with all this going on now. Now, the other thing that's changed recently is with the extension of the shelter in place by the state of Illinois, churches are now considered essential service providers. And this is great news for us because it means that we are recognized as providing something that is indeed essential for communities, and we're excited to do that. Now, what this doesn't mean is that churches are reopened, as it were. So first, I want to say the church and churches, we never really closed. So you can't reopen something that wasn't closed. But what this doesn't mean also is that we're ready to go back to lots of in-person worship. In fact, actually, churches are now pretty well noted in the Restore Illinois plan that was announced by Governor Pritzker, and we factor into those groups of 10 or less, 50 or less, and trying to get back to a fully restored Illinois. So as you're tracking with all those things, just know that the leadership and the staff are looking at all those as well. We are excited that being recognized as an essential service provider does mean that the staff can operate in the building more readily. It means that essential leadership can come and go into the building as they were. But it also means as we do these things, we need to continue to provide and then have enhanced safety and safe protocols around these things. And so as some of the staff return to the building for their normal work, we are enhancing the protocols around social distancing and sanitation that we need to have in place. Up to and including, we are requiring that all adults and children who can wear masks when they're in the building. Now, that relates especially to the way that works for Christie's as they continue to be an emergency daycare location as well. But we're going to work through all those finer details with the relevant people as we go forward. But we're super excited about what this means as we continue to move forward in this time. And so I want to say again, thank you to the session and the trustees as they have helped lead us through these times as well. Also want to wrap up with two more things here. The first of which is just to say that we're in the process of preparing a more robust financial update. But you know what? Things are changing pretty quickly. We are so excited about the generosity of the congregation. This payroll protection funding also gives us another shift in our finances for sure. And so we're trying to figure out how we can best update the congregation, in addition to just keeping you posted as things change. So hang tight. We're wrapping up the April books. We're looking at these changes with the payroll protection, and we're going to try to get something out as best we can. The other thing that is in the works is we are going to have a congregational meeting coming up on Sunday, May 31st, and we're going to do that via the Zoom platform. Now, the reason we can do this is because there's a telephone call-in feature that we can leverage to help anybody who might not be using Zoom on their computer or smartphone get connected into the meeting. At this meeting on May 31st, we will elect officers. That'll be our primary and probably only agenda item for this first congregational meeting. We're going to work hard to publish everything ahead of time as appropriate and needed in this format, and then we'll move forward. Ordinarily, we have a congregational meeting at the end of April to deal with the election of officers and then also implement any changes that are maybe needed for the pastors for our terms of call, terms of employment. And we're going to look towards a second congregational meeting sometime in June if the session determines that there are changes that need to be made to the pastor's terms of call. We are evaluating all of that in part of the larger financial situation, and we look towards that if needed in June. As I said at the outset, and as we all know, these are unprecedented times, and so we're trying to make it work just as best we can. And I hope that all of these things that I just shared about kind of illustrate how creative and how hard the leadership and the staff are at work at this time. So please be in contact if you have any questions, if you have any concerns, if you have any ideas, if you have any wonderments or whatever it might be, please do be in touch. Please be in touch if we can help you in any way. We want to do what we can for anyone at this time. If you're facing financial hardships, we can help. If you are facing food insecurity, we can help. We want to be there for you in any way we can at this time. So know that you're in our prayers, know that you're in our thoughts, and we know that you are doing the same for us, and we appreciate that. All right, hope this update is helpful to you, and I look forward to seeing you and connecting with you in online ways, on the phone, and safely at a distance when we can. All right, thanks everybody, and have a great day. Take care. Bye.